And that is why we should not limit ourselves to a singular teaching. Like, we should try as much as possible to learn about everything and get the best parts, the parts that we think can contribute to humanity, because we don't know if these teachings have been tampered with.
Do you actually believe that heaven and hell is like a place?
I believe that it's a mindset.
Do tarot readers answer health related questions also? Let's see where this podcast goes.
Your podcast is going into a period of stagnation and going to a period of conflict. So perhaps the views might not be as many as of now in the present.
Hey everyone, welcome to Pop Talk with your host Monica Tawida. Today is a special episode because I have the most zen, patient, and gracious guest ever. And she's a tarot reader. So at the end of this episode, towards the end, you guys are going to know about my whole life because I'm pretty sure she's an accurate reader. And we've never talked before. I only just hit her up on Instagram and said hey, do you want to be on the podcast? And she was like, okay, cool. And now we're here and we're chilling, we vibing. And also thank you to T-Bear, T&T for sponsoring this episode. I love you. Thank you. And if you guys want to check them out, I'll link their socials below. Oh my gosh, I sound like a legit podcaster and YouTuber. Okay. Without further ado, guys, we have Audrey Meg Sia. Meg, hi. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for agreeing to do this.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you. And we're doing a little mukbang.
Yeah.
It's cute. I love it.
A tarot mukbang.
We got our milk tea. Yes. Okay, so Meg, tell us a little bit about yourself and how your awakening journey happened.
Hi guys, I'm Audrey Meg Sia. I just started tarot this year because I got introduced to it by a friend, and it was really nice, and it really gave me more insight about my life, and it really helped me make some life-changing decisions. So here we are today.
And for our viewers, if they don't know, the reason why I actually wanted to reach out to Meg is that she has a Christian background as well as me. And I always was curious about if it's possible to be a Christian and a tarot reader, because a lot of Christians actually discourage these type of practices, witchcraft and astrology and New Age beliefs, because apparently you'll end up in hell, as if they know who will end up in hell or not, as if they're
right.
God. But see, no shade. So tell me how you got into tarot as a Christian. Was it a hard decision for you to make, or what pushed you to do tarot as a Christian?
For me, it wasn't really a hard decision to make because I'm a very open-minded person, and I believe that we shouldn't just construct ourselves to these beliefs that other people tell us to believe in. Like, you can choose your own path, whatever you want to do, just do it. But I received some criticism from some of my old friends. Like, they said that some of my Christian friends, because I came from a Catholic school also, and then they said some really mean things like, oh, you're going to hell, or I'm just doing this for your own good, stop it. And it really made me confused, because how can you judge something that you don't really know about that much, right? So yeah, It wasn't really a hard decision, really, but it's just other people that had something to say.
Yeah. Well, speaking of hell, do you actually believe that heaven and hell is like a place, or do you think it's a mindset? What do you say?
I believe that it's a mindset. It could be real though. Nobody could really say for sure. But since I also believe in Buddhism, and according to that, the heaven is just a construct in our minds, and you can achieve it through enlightenment. And I think that makes more sense to me personally, because why do we have to live for what comes after death, right? So we can make our own heaven here on earth. And it could be a construct in your mind, or something could happen right after you die, but no one can really say for sure.
So, what do you think happens after we die? What happens to our souls?
According to Kabbalistic mysticism, which is something that influenced the tarot, we could be reincarnated. So like our soul goes through a wheel, a cycle, and it could possibly be wait, excuse me. It could possibly be
It's the milk tea.
yeah. But it's good milk tea. And then what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, our souls could get recycled and it gets recycled and recycled until we fully reach our potential here on earth, because I believe that we are meant to do something and we're supposed to achieve something levels until we reach enlightenment, and that is the final stage, and that is when you can truly ascend and end your life cycle here on earth.
Okay, so let's talk about what you said, potential. So it's like life purpose, right?
Yeah.
So how do you determine your life purpose?
I think that each of us have an inner calling, like we know what we want to do with our lives, and I think most of us really want to make the world a better place, and we strive each day to try to make the world a better place. So if you don't achieve it in this lifetime, perhaps you can achieve it in the next lifetime, but you just have to listen to what your heart tells you to do and just listen to your intuition. That's all I can say.
Okay, I can't help but think about like the quote unquote bad people, like the criminals or the psychopaths. What
Yes.
happens to them? Like, do they get reincarnated, or like, is it possible for them to be purified? How does it, like, how do you think it works for people like them?
I believe that karma is real, obviously. So they could get punished in this life and then they get reincarnated to achieve a better purpose in the next life. So it's not really like definite siguro na you will go straight to hell, because we undergo stages and life cycles and everybody gets a chance. And perhaps what happened to them is just because of their upbringing and some misfortunate incident that changed who they are. So you can't really blame them also.
So you say that we will be reincarnated until we reach our pure enlightened self, right? So is there like a number of lifetimes that we have to go through? It sounds like a game to me. It's like you have to beat every level and then reach the top. So how does it work?
Um, no one can really say for sure, because we don't know how many lifetimes we've already gone through. Like we could have been, this could be like our 100th lifetime already, and we didn't even know it. So I can't really say for sure, but as much as possible, we should try to live our life now as good as we possibly can and to make as much as a difference as we can. And maybe the next life will be kinder to us, or we can truly ascend by then.
Okay, so let's talk about souls. Let's say that the first two people on earth were Adam and Eve.
Yes.
So they've been reincarnated and reincarnated and reincarnated. Is that how it is?
Because Adam and Eve came from the subconsciousness of God, and he put his mind, his beliefs, his ideas onto us. And when Adam and Eve died, their souls split into many pieces, and that explains why there's so many souls today. Because like souls don't just come out of nowhere; they come from other souls, and these souls split into even more souls. So we're not that different from other people. Each of us have a part of us that exists in other people, and we are all part of this collective subconsciousness, and we all share the same soul.
I think that makes more sense when the Bible says that we are made in the image and likeness of God.
Yeah.
It's because, like, from Adam and Eve, it was created like by the hands of God, by the breath of God, and then their souls were split, and
Yeah, kind of
then
like that.
it's now 6 billion souls. Wow. So, for example, if I die, does my soul transfer to another body, or does it like transfer to another thing or a plant or an animal? What
Um, it
happens?
depends on how good you did in your present life. So maybe if you didn't do as well, you could be reincarnated into a frog or something like that. But no one can really say for sure, obviously. But according to some teachings, then yeah, karma has an influence on how you are reincarnated in your next life.
But how? Who came up with the term reincarnation, and what was the logic behind it? Who said like, reincarnation, that's the thing, and it exists? Like, how did it happen?
There are lots of mentions of reincarnation throughout history, where it exists in Hinduism and in Buddhism, and also in lots of teachings, also in the Egyptian teachings. No one can really say for sure where it began, but somehow these teachings molded into each other, and people added more things, and it became what it is today.
All right. When you said like people added things into it, would it be possible that all these teachings and religions that we have now, it's because like they were originated from long time ago and people were just adding things into it? Do you think that the things we believe now are not the truth anymore because a lot of people just, put their thought and whatever they thought was right
Yeah,
into that teaching, contributed to that teaching?
yeah, exactly. And that is why we should not limit ourselves to a singular teaching. Like, we should try as much as possible to learn about everything and get the best parts, the parts that we think can contribute to humanity. Because we don't know if these teachings have been tampered with, because, like, no one was fact checked before, right? There was no, like, historical fact checker. So anyone could have added something, and um how do you say, they could have spoiled the original teachings. So we just need to listen to what we truly believe in and apply it as best as we can.
So, for example, intuition, is that right?
Yeah.
And as a tarot reader, you use intuition a lot when you channel the messages, right?
Yes.
So, when can you say your intuition is right? And when can you say that the things that you're thinking is the voice that's inside you? How can you say it's the truth? It's the intuition.
Yes, that's very possible, because we are all influenced by our upbringing. So we don't really know if this is the voice of our parents or of our teachers, or of somehow it could be also based on our experiences. So you just need to really discern which one speaks to you the most in your mind and in your heart. And also you need to observe. You need to observe a lot. You can't just like judge right away something based on what you think when you first meet them. You really need to think about it thoroughly and connect it with all the points you have made in your head.
Let's move on to the topic of souls. Let's actually go back to the topic of souls. Do you believe in soulmates or twin flames?
Yes, I believe in soulmates and twin flames, because right when we die, like, our souls get recycled and they get split. They could be split in half and become your twin flame, or they could be split into millions of parts and they become your soulmate. But soulmate is also a very subjective term. It could be something that happens because you and a person grew up together and therefore shared the same values, the same culture. Like, a childhood friend could be your soulmate because you grew up in the same way and you learn the same things and experience the same experiences.
Mm. So, for our viewers that don't know what soulmates and twin flames are, can you please elaborate and explain that to someone who is not familiar with those terms?
Twin flame is someone who is like really your half. A soul is not something that is incomplete, obviously, because a soul is already whole in itself. But a twin flame is someone who is kind of like you in a way that he mirrors your soul. He or she mirrors your soul, and you may have the same interests. And when you first meet this person, you're immediately attracted to them, and you feel like you've known them all your life, and that it really speaks to you in a way that you can't explain. Yeah. And a soulmate is someone who helps you in your spiritual journey. A twin flame is much more stronger than a soulmate because it's really like you. It's like a part of you already. And you can really relate to this person, and you know it instantly. You're attracted to them and you want to be with them, but you just don't know. You can't really explain it. You only meet one twin flame in your lifetime, and soulmates could be many. Like you could have many soulmates, but a twin flame is only one.
Ah, I see. So how does like the a splitting of the flame happen? Is it like one twin flame throughout different lives, or is it one twin flame for each specific life?
I'd like to think that it's one twin flame for like every all your lives, because like, and maybe like you two are like destined to be together in a way that you keep meeting each other, or in this lifetime you could not meet each other, and in the next one you do meet each other, but it's just one.
Yeah, I read something interesting before when I was really curious about the topic of twin flames. And one of the points said that when you meet your twin flame, it's actually not gonna be easy because you guys are gonna mirror each other's
Yeah.
darkness as well as light. So you guys are gonna trigger a lot of each other's inner child woundings,
Yeah.
which will also help in healing and reaching enlightenment, which was very, very interesting for me. I mean, like, as a hopeless romantic, when I just read about twin flames and soulmates, I'm just like,
Yeah. It's
I'm just
very
gonna
enticing.
manifest. I know,
Like sana all na Jude.
right? I know, right? Like you say sana all, but maybe mine is somewhere out there, you know?
Or maybe you think he's
Maybe.
there, but he's actually not. Or you might think that this person is your twin flame, but in actuality, he's not. Like, it's just your idea in your head. No one can really say
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly. Like there are also false twin flames that you think they're your twin flame when they're actually your karmic partner. Have
Yeah.
you heard of the term karmic partners?
I've heard of it before, but I'm not that familiar with it yet.
Same. I'm not sure about karmic partners, but it's just like I feel like you guys are there for like together for karma to teach each other something and then move on
Yeah.
and then eventually I think meet your soulmate or twin flame. I
Mm.
think that's what I understood. But maybe next time when we chat, we'll talk about karmic partners.
Yay, there's a
But
next time.
next time,
We will see.
yay! You're here for the milk tea. No. Okay,
Okay.
so related to the topic of twin flames
Yeah.
and soulmates, you can actually manifest them with the law of attraction, right?
Yeah. And we do law of attraction every day. Like when you think
Mhm.
about what you want, and then your actions are influenced by what you think, and also your subconscious. So even the actions you don't think about could be influenced by what's in your mind all the time.
Because I've seen it happen to a lot of the people that I love or a lot of people that I've spoke to or even my personal life that when we think about something so much, it's eventually going to happen. May it be positive or negative. For example, oh, my boyfriend's going to cheat on me. My boyfriend's going to cheat on me. And
Yeah.
then he eventually will because you set your intention and your mind into it. And then
Yeah.
it's going to happen. But for the longest time, it just didn't make sense to me. Like, how would things like that, like things that you always wanted to avoid, would happen? So, what can you say about that?
It's kind of like a ripple effect. Like since we are all connected through our souls, it's like we all live in this one big pond, and one ripple could like affect the entire pond. So whatever you think it already starts in your mind, and then it becomes an action subconsciously or consciously. And even if it's something that you don't want to happen, you think about it all the time. So in the end, you end up attracting it. And that's why it probably ends up happening anyway.
So, what can be like the remedy for people that have like a negative self talk, or they're anxious all the time, that they keep thinking about the things that might happen, about all the bad what ifs? What can people like me do to not attract the bad things in life?
First of all, bad thinking about bad things are normal because we are human. We all think about bad things every day because we want to be prepared. It's just our mind scoping mechanism. But one way to avoid thinking about those things is to meditate, to stay grounded, and just know that you're going to be okay. Like, sometimes pessimism is also important so that you can prepare, because too much optimism is also bad, because like you don't really prepare for what could happen. So pessimism is good in to some extent.
Yeah. So, how do you balance yourself? How do you ground yourself?
You meditate all the time. I really do meditate all the time. Like I meditate 3 times a day, especially in the morning and through afternoon and night, so that I can like maintain the calmness of the day. Because like you get influenced by a lot of energies throughout your day, right? Like you might absorb them from other people or from unfortunate circumstances, and you just need to stay calm throughout those. You can't really do anything but just be prepared and stay calm.
How do you meditate? What's the process like? Is it just like sitting down and like the like the stereotype?
You don't really need to say and actually isn't something you should say. Only those serious Buddhists and monks use it, because like it has a meaning. It's a sacred word. It means, and it means like detachment. So like when you say your mind is subconsciously detaching from all material things, from people. So you don't want to be too detached also. So you just need, when you meditate, you just need to sit down and close your eyes and then breathe slowly. Like you start with small breaths, and then yeah. And then you listen to your body, and then after that, when your body is relaxed, you start listening to the sounds around you, and you just focus on those sounds. You don't think about anything else except those sounds. And if a thought comes up in your mind, just let it be. So you just need to accept that the thought is there, and then just listen to it, and then it will go away. And then you go back to listening to your surroundings until you achieve peace. And that's how you meditate.
That's so nice that you said like when a thought comes, just let it be and it will go away. Because, for example, if you don't pay attention to something, it will just like keep bothering you until you pay attention to it. So it's nice that you acknowledge it and then just let it pass and let it flow.
Just acknowledge it and let it go, because we can't help thinking about so many things all at the same time. We're only human. You can't beat yourself up for not being perfect. So we just need to accept ourselves and give ourselves a lot of room for understanding.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. But what if, like, for example, someone says, Meg, I'm so busy. I don't have like 3 times a day to meditate. I don't even have time to breathe. I don't even have time to cry. I have so many things to take care of. What can I do?
Oh, you don't really need to meditate to stay present in the moment. Like while you're doing work, for example, you're writing something and you're really stressed, um, just start listening to your surroundings and your breathing while you're doing your work. So just listen to the sound of your breath in and out, inhale, exhale, until you calm down, and then start listening to your surroundings after that. So in a way, it's kind of like meditation while doing something.
How about crystal healing? Does that help?
Crystal healing has somehow of a placebo effect. Like for some people, they say that crystal healing really helped them, and but it's not scientifically proven. No one can really say what the effects of crystals are. But the most common explanation for crystal healing is that it's just really all in your mind. Like you think that it helps you, and that's why your body starts to repair itself, because the mind is a very powerful thing. What you think, it manifests itself into reality. So if you think, I have a crystal here actually, this one.
Oh, what's that called again?
It's a black obsidian.
Right. Do you also like cleanse your
Yeah,
crystal
I
or
cleanse it in
yeah?
salt.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I can say that it helped in a way, but not really. Like, it's just nice to have them here. It's more of a placebo effect.
I also was watching some videos because I also wanted to get into crystal healing and all that. I love the rose quartz. I'm
Yeah,
always gravitated towards the rose quartz. So I always want to buy some crystals and just have it here.
yeah.
And I did not want to waste my money because it's so expensive. It's like
I know,
400,
right?
600, one
Oh my
thousand,
god, this is 700, and it's just like, no offense, but it's just
right?
like this. Actually, it came with this, but whatever.
Wow, what a steal.
But it's nice to
Yeah,
have. I
so
mean, it looks nice in your room, and you
it's
can say,
pretty.
yeah, you can brag about it to people like, oh, I have a crystal and it heals me, but you never know.
Yeah, so I was about to buy some crystals, right? But I
Yeah.
wanted to research because I did not want to waste my money. And then I watched some videos, and one of the videos, if I can remember correctly, it explained that crystals come from the core of the earth, right?
Yeah.
So they have like energy with them. They have like vibrational
Mm.
frequencies, like those terms with them. So since like as human beings, we are also energy. When we put like
Yeah.
crystals on different parts of our body, it kind of like vibrates together and kind of like heals the
Yeah.
different parts or like different chakras. So I'm not sure if that's how it is, but that was one of the explanations that was also fascinating to me. But I never got to buy a crystal. It's too expensive.
Yeah, it
No.
is. It's just so expensive. Like, no offense to the crystal sellers. I wanted to sell one at some point because I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I can make a lot
Oh,
of money with this, but I didn't know where to get it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And exactly. I also don't know where to get it. I know one in Ayala Central Block. There's
Mm.
like there's
But it's
like a stall there.
expensive
Yes, very expensive. I just could
considering it's
not.
in
Like a little
Ayala.
necklace. Yeah, like a little necklace is like I think 400, or like the beads
Oh my
bracelet.
gosh, it's so
It's like
expensive.
600. So expensive. Maybe one day I'm gonna manifest a crystal.
Yeah, it looks cute. Or you can like ask
I
a
know.
sponsor for a crystal.
Oh, a sponsor for
Who wants to sponsor crystals for this channel?
one day. We'll start with milk tea and then move on to
Yeah.
crystals.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
manifesting.
Yes, energies.
Yes. So, okay, that's manifesting. Do you think you can manifest anything you want as long as you set your mind into it? Or is there like a boundaries, like just in the bounds of this conditions, you can manifest anything you want?
I believe that you can manifest anything you want. Like if you want it, then go for it. But you must also supplement it with hard work, because just thinking about something isn't going to let it appear magically. Like if you just lie down the whole day, that's not like money's gonna fall from the sky. So you also need to put in the work aside from manifesting it.
Yeah. So meeting the blessing halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, manifesting is somehow, I feel like, similar to praying, right?
Hmm.
It's like you're asking the universe or
Yeah.
God, and you're asking for something to happen for you or happen to the world. So, as a Christian, let's talk about prayer and manifestation. Do they contradict each other, or do they help each other? Do they complement each other? What do you think?
I think they complement each other. You can't just manifest something and not believe in prayer. Because I believe prayer is also very helpful. I mean, me and my mom pray the rosary every day, actually, every night. At least we try to. Sometimes we don't, because like there's too much stuff to do. But it really, I don't know, it has an effect actually. Because what I pray for, I work towards, and then it arrives. And then you supplement it with manifestation, which then helps you even more. So it's all in the mind. Whatever you think about and whatever you do, it comes out in your body through your actions. Just think about it all the time and think about how you can achieve it, the ways to achieve it, and yeah, it will arrive.
Yeah, and I'd like to believe that whenever you are ready to receive it, it will come. Because like sometimes we're not ready, or sometimes like our life is too cluttered to actually receive a blessing. Like we just try to manifest like a
Yeah,
job, but we're too cluttered. I think
yeah.
we also have to learn stewardship before
And,
asking
and we
for
need to
something.
leave some things through faith also, because we can't just have what we want all the time. So some things are meant to come at their own time and at their own pace, and maybe it's not meant for you right now, but someday it will be.
Okay, but later when you read my cards, I'm gonna ask
Yeah,
about my twin flame.
I
I
knew
have
it.
to know.
Actually, I kind of knew that you were single though, because like I could feel it. I don't know, through my intuition. I'm not saying that you look single and you look alone or something like that. It's just that, yeah, I'll just talk about it later.
I
But
just give
yeah, I
up the
could tell.
single man. Like literally, people would think I'm lesbian or bisexual just because I never had a
No,
boyfriend.
it's
For
because
real.
I think it's because like you have high standards, I think. And like, is that true?
I used to. I used to. Yeah.
mm,
Like very high standards, especially when you're like Christian and you want to have like
yeah.
the Christian dating. So everything's like talk, 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 talk. Has to be a pastor, has to be like this, has to be like that. It's like,
And then you need to
yeah.
start with the proper courtship and then go into marriage and then have children all in that
Yeah.
order. But I
And
think,
it's so unfair for the
yeah,
person that I'm expecting so much from them. It's like they're just human. Let's just grow
yeah.
together.
Oh, actually,
What's up?
I also thought of it that way. Like guys were like this other universe of species or something, but they're actually just like us. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Exactly. Right?
Yeah.
My gosh. Anyway, let's go back to tarot. Let's talk about those things later.
Yeah, when we read your
So,
cards.
I have some questions from our viewers. Um, so since we're in a pandemic, right? And everyone's worried about their health. Do tarot readers answer health related questions also?
We could try to some extent. Someone once asked me how long he was going to live, and I was like, should I answer this or not? What if the cards say he's gonna die next week? Like, I don't want to be responsible for this. But the cards said anyway. The cards, it went out like he was going to have a family and he was going to live until the old age. So I told him that yeah, he's going to live a long life, but people shouldn't really ask tarot readers about health related questions because we're not doctors, we're not even like psychic or something. So if it's a health related question, then just ask your doctor. Don't ask a tarot reader.
Period.
Yeah. Just go to the
Right?
hospital. Don't ask.
So, when you read the tarot cards, right? Do you ever second guess yourself, like, is this right, or am I seeing the cards right?
Yeah, all the time, actually. It's part of the process. Like, you have to doubt yourself sometimes to actually come up with the real answers. Because if you just believed whatever you thought of first, it might not be correct. You need to think about it thoroughly, and doubting yourself is part of the process. Almost all the time I do a tarot reading, I doubt myself. But you shouldn't let it get to you.
Yeah. it's a lot of pressure when you're like when someone trusts you with their life, and whatever you will say will impact them and influence them forever and ever, I guess, because words are very powerful.
Yeah, like I once told someone that someone asked me about his job, like if he was gonna be promoted, and what came out in the cards was that he was going to be laid off, and I didn't know how to tell him because like it was like kind of sad, and I didn't want to upset him, and it might not be true. Like, what if it doesn't happen? But I told him anyway, and then he got depressed for 2 days. Though,
Aw. Did he get laid off?
yeah, he did get laid off during the pandemic, actually. So that was really sad.
Wow. So since you said like doubting yourself is part of the process, how do you strengthen your abilities to the point that it's just natural to you that you just speak out of your intuition?
First of all, I am an empath, so I feel the things that some people are thinking about or they're feeling. Like, if I go into a room with a lot of people, I can't stay there for a long time because I get overwhelmed by all the energy they have. So I need to get out. So that's also why I'm an introvert, because like I feel so overwhelmed by all the energies around me. And I think that really helps me also in my tarot and in my intuition. And I usually just strengthen it through practice. Like, you just need to keep doing it, and then your intuition will improve. The more you do tarot, the more that you realize that your intuition has actually like leveled up quite a lot, and you just need to listen to yourself.
So when you channel the messages, you're just listening to your own intuition, no other spirits.
You're listening to your intuition, and your intuition also comes from the collective subconscious. So it's also the subconscious of the entire humanity, all in that plane. And there is also the subconsciousness of your ancestors and all the other people around you. So what you think of could be what everyone else is thinking of in their subconscious, in a way. So it's like we're all connected. So you're not just really listening to yourself. You're listening to yourself, but yourself is an extension of everybody else, in a way.
So how do you access your subconscious?
First, you need to focus, and you really need to stay calm. It's kind of like meditation. Like, you just think about whatever you're doing and just focus on that and think about it properly, and then connect it with all the information you've got from the tarot, from your intuition, from the person that you're reading from, and then you make a conclusion out of that.
Do you believe that everybody can be tarot readers?
Yes, tarot readers are not psychic, as much as some people like to believe that. We all have our inner intuition, and we can all develop it. Anyone can be a tarot reader. It can be a teacher. It can be a construction worker. It could be a doctor. Anyone can use tarot for his own benefit or for others' benefit if they need guidance in their life.
But there are other tarot readers that are psychics, right? Or mediums.
Yeah, there are.
Do you ever think that you will become a psychic or a medium?
Uh, I think it's something that could be developed. The more you improve your intuition, the more that you can stay in tune to the energies around you. And for a way, you could be a medium if you develop it. Anything could be learned.
Can you also tell if like a person is lying? Is that a stereotype? Or
Um,
I hate it when people ask me that. Like, oh, you're a psych major. Can you read people's minds?
can
What the
you?
hell?
Oh, wait, no.
No.
It's not like you read their mind. It's like you read it based on their behaviors, right? Like, if a
Yeah.
person has like open hands, it's not doing like that. It means like
Yeah.
it's open. And if a person
Yeah.
is doing like that, it means like he's closed off, right? It's kind of like that
Exactly.
in tarot. Like, you just base it on your observation and in your intuition.
Do you also do like spells and witchcraft?
I don't really dabble in witchcraft.
I see. So you don't do like spells
Um,
or
I once
potions.
No, I once tried to like barang someone. I don't know if that worked because I was really
Did
mad.
it work?
I'm not sure. I hope it does. Yeah, I hope it does. Like if
Oh
you're
my
watching
god.
this. Yeah, some tarot readers do witchcraft though. I know a lot of people who do witchcraft, and for them it works. It depends on the extent of your intention. It's not just magic; it's also your intention. It's kind of like law of attraction. Also, like the more you think about it, the more it happens.
Right. Wow. So I didn't get to ask this before, but what made you want to pursue tarot? Was it just because of your friend, or was it like a feeling that you always had that you wanted to read tarot?
Okay. So first, I bought a tarot deck because I was really fascinated with tarot. I found it like something. I thought it was something fun and exciting, and it could give a lot of meaning into my life. And I wasn't really thinking about doing it for other people, and I wasn't even thinking about becoming a serious tarot reader. But then some of my friends asked me to read for them, and then I read for them, and they found out that it was really like accurate. So yeah, one person asked me about his mom, and then I didn't see, he didn't tell me anything about his mom, but the tarot said that his mom was far away and she was sick, and it turned out to be true. And then after that, more people started to ask about my services, and yeah, that's how it happened.
So you also read cards for yourself?
Yeah, I read cards for myself whenever I feel confused about something, or I have a problem that I need to solve, or I need direction in my
Wow.
life.
And it was always right. Like, because when you read your own cards, you're also influenced by your own mind, that like the what ifs and your negative self-talk. So when can you say it's like your own intuition? That's a really hard um thing to master.
Actually, yeah, that's true. Cause like, for example, you like someone and you think about them all the time, so you tarot about him and you want to find out if you're soulmates. And then ang magawa sa cards kay ang lovers, and the lovers is a major arcana card, and it has like a very big meaning. It means like marriage and soulmates and openings, but it could have been influenced by your own feelings if you read for yourself. So it could just be a manifestation of what you feel for that person and not actually what is going to happen.
Right. So you like manifest the cards that you want to show up.
Yeah. So that's why sometimes when I have a problem, I just ask another tarot reader to read it for me because I don't want it to be influenced by my own energies.
Right.
Yeah.
Um so here's the thing. I always wanted to get into tarot and new age belief, right? But
Yeah.
there are some people that say like it's just self-serving and tarot readers just tell you what you want to hear, and it's all for selfish reasons. And like people by nature are really selfish. So
Yeah.
they just want to hear the good things about themselves. So like these whole astrology and the new age belief and tarot readings is just all to satisfy that like selfish need, it's not for a greater good. Do you believe that? Do you think it's like that?
I think it really depends on the person who's reading the tarot, because when I read the tarot, I want to do it because I want to help the person, and therefore I tell him the honest things, like the bad things. I don't leave out the bad things and sugarcoat them. I really tell them because I want to help them get through that. And for some people, they just get tarot for their business, like they just want to improve their business, so they just use it to learn how to profit. And some people also use it just for that. They just want to profit. That's why they tell people all the things they want to hear. So it really depends on who's reading, on the intention of the reader.
All right. So I'm kind of excited to hear
Oh my gosh.
um what you have for me.
Ah!
So if you're ready, let's just jump right into it and just
Okay.
okay.
uh,
All right. So, no pressure. You can
yeah.
say whatever you want.
Are you gonna
I know
talk about
that.
your love life, right?
I want to know about that and also
Career.
career. Yeah. Yeah, but um would it be possible to not make it like general? Would that be okay?
Like you want a more specific reading.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
I'll
I
try
want
my
you to
best.
expose me.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be recorded so like you can check on it in the future and you're like, did this happen?
Yeah.
Don't come after me if
Right.
it doesn't. But
But
yeah.
if it does, I'll promote the hell out of you.
Yay. But yeah, our
Yeah.
actions really do influence whatever happens. So let's just see.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And don't be afraid to say anything offensive or anything that you think might hurt me or make me cry. Like, it's okay. I actually want to, like, want like the
Yeah, that's
balance.
good.
Like, yeah, I don't want to ask a question that I don't want the answer to. If I ask a question, then I have to be ready for the answer, which
Yeah,
might be
right.
negative.
Because like
Yeah.
you have to tell a person if you want to help them. Because one person asked me like, why is he not improving in his job? And then I just straight out told him that he was lazy. But I shouldn't have said it in that way. I should have said it in a nicer way. And then he got mad. But it was true anyway. So whatever. Yeah. If you want to help someone, you gotta tell them what's really going on, right? They need to know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It might be triggering at times, but they
Yeah.
have to be ready. I mean, they asked the question.
Yeah, you brought it onto yourself. The truth is always hard to process, but yeah, for openings and for manifestations and for new opportunities, you must always be open minded.
Yeah. So let's do this.
Oh my gosh.
Yee. Do you have oracle cards?
No, I didn't buy Oracle
Uh,
cards yet. Actually, I bought one in Shopee, but then it didn't arrive, so it probably was not meant to be, I think.
the universe.
Yeah, the universe is like, no, no, sis, not yet.
What deck are you using?
Wait.
Oh my god.
Mhm. This is actually like an archangel deck.
Love it.
Yeah. So tarot is somehow influenced by religion in a way, I guess. It's not like
Yeah.
pure one.
Oh my gosh, I'm having my reading for the first time.
Is this your
So
first tarot
excited.
reading? You
I
haven't
watch a
had
lot
one yet?
on YouTube.
Same.
No, I watch a lot on YouTube. Yeah, like the general readings,
Yeah.
and they're so accurate. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
right?
how? How?
It's
And it's
amazing.
also, yeah, and it's also amazing that like the tarot readers that I watch, they usually get like thousands of views. And for example, they have like 4 decks, and I'm like, wow, a lot of people are actually experiencing the same thing as me. Wait, okay, last question. What do you think about people who say like astrology or tarot is just like a general reading, so it fits everyone, so it's like it's just playing safe.
That's what I used to think also before. Like, I thought that maybe it's just because you have something in common with a lot of people and all of you are experiencing the same problems, and that's why you all have the same cards. And it is true, we all have the same problems and we all experience the same things just through different times. But tarot is very specific actually, and you can really feel it that it's truly going to happen.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
go. Do your thing.
What's your question?
The first question is, let's see where this podcast goes. Tell me what the cards show you, okay? If the
Okay.
cards tell you that this podcast goes down in the
No.
8th episode, you gotta tell me. You gotta tell me, girl.
Yes, but sis, if it does, like, then don't stop gihapon. You just keep going for it. Like whatever destiny says, just do it if you want to. What's your number? Like the first
Mm,
number that comes up in your mind, Pot.
27.
Okay. It's my first time to do a live reading actually.
Why? Like your other readings are pre-shuffled or no?
Yeah, like or usually in the pandemic. Oh wait.
Girl, I'm kind of nervous now.
Hmm. Okay. You're very like experienced in this kind of field of like this kind of career, and you've had a lot of experience with this. But this is what came out. This is your first card.
Reverse.
Yeah. So you're not really applying what you've learned in your past in the present uh in this situation. Yeah. So you need to go more back into your past and need to find out what mistakes you've made and what you can do to improve in your situation now to make it better. And then
Okay.
this is your second card. Can you see it?
Yeah, what's that card?
It's the Four of Wands. The third card is the King of Cups. So there are a lot of cups. So you have a lot of fear about where this podcast is going, and that's why the cups are coming out. So you have very unstable emotions because you don't know what's going to happen, and you have a desire to make it, to make it big, to achieve whatever you want to achieve. But the cards are saying that your podcast is going into a period of like stagnation and going to a period of conflict. So perhaps the views might not be as many as of now in the present. It's really going to take time, but because you are a very like strong-willed and independent person, and you're very responsible, you know what you want, like you have this boss energy, and it comes out of this card, like yeah, you're going for it, girl. So like yeah, the podcast is going into like a downward spiral as of now, but because you are strong and you know what you want and you have the power to achieve your goals, you have the power to change it, basically.
Thank you.
You really need the help of your friends. Like your friends are the key to your success. They are the ones who are going to help your podcast like reach that level that you want it to achieve. Yeah. But it's going to take a long time pa daw,
How long?
basically. Like mga 4 months.
Where? Basta 4 years, ah?
Ano 4 decades?
Oh my God.
Ano, old na ka.
Wapagya po ko'y twin flame in 4 decades. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I think I have a feeling like, wait, yeah, you have the command and the power to achieve your goals and ends. So it's not really going to take a long time. This is just a natural part of the process. The downfall, it goes down and it goes up, disadvantages and advantages. So it's really normal. It's not like your podcast is going down into like hell, into the abyss, because there aren't really any major cards like the Tower or the Devil or Death, which really explain like destruction and big bad things happening. It's mostly just neutral. So you're still going in the right direction.
I hope so. Thank you. Should I move on to the next question?
Yeah, you can.
So this question is also about my career, but not related to the podcast.
Yeah.
So I recently started this charity organization called Heart Cry Philippines, and I'm really hopeful for it, and um, I really want it to expand so that I could also help many people. I mean, not to say I, so we could
Yeah.
help a lot of people because, of course, I depend on donations also.
Oh, that's really nice.
So thank you. So it's actually a project based organization. So one of our projects right now is that we help students from Cebu for now, like all around Cebu, like Tuburan, San Remigio, Asturias, and all that. We give them tablets for their online classes. So
Oh.
thank you. So I just wanted to know, where would the organization go, and would there be any obstacles, or um like, do I have to have some people in my team, like a certain type of person, or
Mm,
because I'm trying to build the organization, and I'm like trying to keep my team small.
yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to know if I'm in the right path, or should I eliminate some things, or should I do like other things, consider other type of um, ways to
Mm,
make this organization work. Yeah.
okay. What's your number?
8.
Okay. So this is your first card. It's the devil in reverse.
Okay.
uh, this is your next card. It's the fool.
Ooh. Okay.
And this is your third card. It's the Three of Cups.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. So you might have had a hard time really starting this organization, like an extremely hard time. You could have been misunderstood a lot, and other people didn't really get what you were doing. Uh, so that's your past. And your organization is relatively new, right? You just started it,
Yeah.
and that's
Mm-hmm.
why the fool came out. It doesn't mean that you're a fool. it just
Yes.
it just means like it's the beginning. It's the first card of the major arcana. So it's like it's the first step that you're taking, and you're still a beginner at this. And Three of Cups. Uh, so your organization is kind of constricted in a way. Like
What do you mean?
like you said that you're trying to keep your network small and your
Mm-hmm.
organization really small. And the tarot cards are saying that you have to be open to more people going into your organization, mostly females. Like,
Period. Yes.
yeah, girls, and they're really going to help you make it prosper. What's coming through is like you really need your friends. I don't know, it also came through in the last reading, like you need your friends' help, and your friends are going to support you, your female friends. They're going to help you reach whatever you want to achieve. And you're still a beginner at this, but and there's a lot to learn. That's what Taro is telling. Like you need to look through the opportunities now, and you need to look at the problems that you're experiencing now, and how can you possibly um, prevent them and stop them from happening again in the future. So you need to learn from your past experiences, and don't listen to these people who tell you that it's not a good idea.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Okay. So perhaps the last question. Oh my gosh. Um. All right. Do your thing. Okay. So do I have to like ask a question, or I'll just say like it's about a person, and then whatever comes, whatever comes out of the cards? Should it be like that?
Okay. What number?
I have a lot of numbers. 4.
Okay. So I think what the cards are trying to say is that you're kind of far away from each other now. Like your emotional connection is very far away from each other. Hmm. And this relationship had a lot of potential before. One of Cups in reverse. You really believed he was your soulmate or something like that. Is it true?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
And your next card is the Four of Cups in reverse.
In reverse. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the relationship wasn't able to grow properly. Perhaps because you weren't on the same page, and there's something like you two didn't have a lot of physicality, something like that.
What do you mean physicality?
Hmm. Like, how do you say it? Like, you two weren't really touchy with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So that's also one of the reasons why your relationship didn't really progress that much, because you didn't have a lot of physicality. And he had a lot of desire, I think, according to the tarot. That's also weird to say, like, oh my God. Yeah. But you wanted a balance, and that's why
Yes.
nigawas ang temperance.
Yes.
You wanted to go at your own pace, like in the proper pace, because you have this idea of what the relationship should be like. So you kind of like put that into the whatever was happening between you two, and if something was happening too fast, you had to stop it, because like you didn't want it to be too overwhelming, and you felt like it was wrong for it to go like in a very fast pace. And then ang next guy, ang Ace of Swords in reverse. So you have a lot of conflict in your mental formation. You're wondering if whatever happened between you two was the right thing, and you feel like you could really retrieve that relationship. You think that it could have had a lot of potential, it could have been something really great, and you think about it almost every day. Like you feel so confused, your mind is so muddled, and you feel so bad, like what could have happened. And then next is the Nine of Wands. It looks like he still likes you, like deep inside, but you have this like force field, not really a force field, like you have a barrier, and that's what prevents him from really expressing what he feels about you. And you need to show him that you also like him. Like you need to be more open with your feelings, but not that open. You just need to show him that there's a window, and not just a window, there's a door, like the door is wide open, something like that. So I think what you should do is that you really need to get over whatever you thought of sa una. Like you need to let go of the constrictions that you used to think about before. Like don't think that there's a set of rules for a relationship to progress. You just have to let things go with the flow. And you need to trust that this person still likes you a lot, but there isn't really an opportunity for it to progress. There isn't really a time for it to happen. You need to show him that it's possible. It's still possible. So you need to look at both sides also. You need to ask him, I think you need to really have a talk with him. You need to ask him, well, not really asking. We just need to look at it from his point of view. Like, how did he see it sa una? How did that happen? Maybe you two had a misunderstanding because you had different ideas, and he wanted it to go fast. He wanted like a fast-paced kind of relationship, and he wanted it to slow down. So that's why this happened. And then yeah, but there's also a possibility that you're going to meet a new potential how do I say this? A new potential like love interest in the future also. The cards are saying that. So don't just limit your choices to one person, because a lot are coming along the way. So this guy is rich, Jude.
Why? How can you tell?
Like, look at the picture. It says like it looks like a rich guy. Yeah, that's basically how I tarot. I just look at the picture and I'm like, it looks like a rich guy, so he's probably rich.
What do I look like? A broke girl?
You're confused.
Ooh.
But it's like inverted. Yeah, but open your opportunities, sis. Kay, like, the cards are really saying that there are a lot of more guys coming your way. So don't be closed off to them. I think the thing is both of you think too much. Like, the swords came out, so both of you're both really confused about what you want. Do you really want it? You have conflict with your matters of mental formation. So you really need to think it through. Is this what you really want? And oh yeah, don't think it through. Don't overthink it. Just do it, basically. Because you used to think it through a lot, Sona. So now just do it. I don't know.
Wow.
I hope that resonated.
Yeah. Like the first sentence you spoke, I was like, that's me. Yes. Wow. Wow, thank you.
Your destiny is your own, and it's not really like carved in stone. You can always choose whatever path you want to. A lot of things happen in our lives, and we can't just really say that. Actually, I don't even really tarot about who my soulmate could be. I just tarot about this specific person that I like, but I don't really tarot about who I'm going to end up with, because I don't want to think that my destiny is like carved in stone or something and you can't change it. I just want to know what happens. What are the possible pathways?
Wow. Thank you again so much. Can you tell the viewers where they can find you and how much your services are?
So you can find me in my Facebook page. It's Mystic Arcana. So me and my friend do tarot readings there. Both of us. The one who introduced me to tarot in the first place. And then you can also message me in my Instagram, which is at Meg Shalala. And then you can also message me on Facebook. It's Audrey Meg Sia. For a one card reading, it's 50 pesos. And for a free card reading, it's 100.
Thank you so much, Audrey, for coming in and just amazing me. I'm blown away. Thank you. I learned so much from you. And I'm excited for you, and I'm excited to see your YouTube page soon. Wow. Okay, guys, that was it. I exposed myself to you guys, and I hope you enjoyed me just reacting to my future. And I hope some of it comes true, and I hope you guys manifest it with me, and whatever she said about the podcast, I mean, if you guys like and share and subscribe, this podcast won't be stagnant. So please, it helps out. Please. Okay, not to be desperate or anything. It's already 12 a.m. So I gotta catch some Z's. And if you're watching this, thank you so much. And I hope you stick around until the next episode. And if you just want to have a reading, want to have some fun, again, don't ask questions that you want to be answered. So yeah, this has been Monica Tawida for Pop Talk, and I'm sending you love and light. Thank you. Bye.
Just like magic, middle finger to my thumb, and then I snap it. Ay.